Okay, today is January 18th, and we will continue with the Tanya lesson number January 18th, lesson number 18, I think, February 18th, I'm sorry, with the Tanya studies, and Tanya goes through dynamics, how the soul of benoni, the in-betweener, actually operates. Tanya covers the concept of the soul being like a fruit. We talked about, I use an orange as an analogy. Inside there's a fruit and a cover, animalistic soul. Not necessarily bad, but it's selfish. It only wants to take care of gratification of the body, to eat more, to see more, to do more. Divine soul that we have to reach to takes care of the balancing our physicality with the spiritual aspects. It makes it a better person, so to speak. The Tanya describes a mechanism, how the benoni actually works. Talks about the soul residing, the divine soul residing in the brain. Brain has control over the heart. And in the heart, in the left side of the heart, that's where the home of the animalistic soul. We're not referring to that as a bad one, good and bad. It's animalistic soul. And the heart also has like a summer home, temporary house in the right side of the heart. And there's a balance and a struggle, the force between a good and a bad, between divine and earthly. And that force is always balanced. So Tanya is asking the question, if it's always balanced, how does a person make a decision? If it's always 50-50, not 51-49, how do you actually make a decision? So Tanya says there's a third element. When a decision is made, is about to be made, the animal soul rises from the heart to the brain and wants to influence the brain. But the brain also has the upper hand. The brain can tell the animalistic soul, go back, don't take control over me. It then lowers itself down to the right side of the heart and takes control of our actions, our thoughts, our behavior to the good. That only in the case when the person when a benoni has brain clarity. How does the brain get to clarity or unclarity? The brain clarity, for the full tzaddik, he already conquered that. It's already clear. For incomplete tzaddik, it's also in control, but it didn't transform the animalistic soul to the good divine soul. It just took full control of that. It's like caged animal. But for benoni, always does good things, but with an effort. The struggle between the brain and the heart. Always continuous struggle, but the result to the good. So if the brain is clear, then benoni always behaves good and doesn't allow the bad thoughts influenced by the animalistic soul come to dominate him or her. But that clarity can be accomplished one of two ways, according to the Tanya. Either through the prayer, when the person prays, his brain in a state of clarity. And after the person finishes prayer, for some time, the after effects of that benefit still remains. But the person doesn't do it, then his brain is now no longer in a clarity, it's in confusion, and therefore animalistic soul rising to it can take control, but even then it's only temporarily. Because if that begins to happen, then the third element, the Tanya quotes Talmud, that when you have two opinions, one A and one B, to reconcile them, the third opinion has to come in. In this case, the third action is God Himself, God Almighty. He comes to the help of that struggle and makes decision to sway it to the good. Another approach is studying Torah and doing mitzvot, studying living good life, also causes a third factor to kick in and joining with the divine soul to overcome the impulses of the animalistic soul. That's a mechanism of benoni. So to summarize, the benoni is not necessarily tzaddik by nature. He isn't completely transformed his animalistic soul to the good, nor caged it and removed it from ability to act. He has it. The struggle is in him, and he can conquer it temporarily through the concentration on prayer or through studying the Torah. Well, yesterday we also talked about that everything we're saying here could be subject to doubt. Somebody listening can say, well, I don't know, it sounds like a stretch. Who came up with that theory? I mean, who knows? Did anyone actually got to God and ask for the guidance and God explain all this? From where do you get all this? Well, in order to answer this question, if you're interested, continue listening to our lesson. We're in lesson 18. We're in chapter 13, actually, of the 53 chapters. So we're making good progress. We're almost 20% of the book, little by little. In the meantime, hope the thoughts these ideas presented may not be for complete yet. We didn't explore it further, but it may help the person. And the most important thing is to achieve peace and balance in your life, of your loved ones, to live your life more fully, more calmly, more peacefully, more good. And Mizrach Hashem, with God's help, we all can reach that. Have a great day. Today is Sunday. Have a good week. Shavua Tov. Talk tomorrow, 5:45 in the morning, Israel time.